thank you, like I said, for joining me today. I've been running a very tiny, small circle for the past few Wednesdays, and I just wanted to kind of expand it a wee bit to some special women who I've met along the way. And the reason that I want to share this yoga practice with you is because I have been doing a lot of research into the science behind yoga and how it helps us with our immunity, our stress levels, anxiety. It can potentially help with depression. I am personally recovering probably forever from PTSD, from the cancer treatments, and it's been a really big help to me. So we're going to share a Hatha Yoga practice, and I've actually got it set up so we can do this every Wednesday at the same time, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. And so what we'll do is we'll actually do some seated stretching, kind of stretching our spine out in all directions. We'll practice pranayama, a couple of breathing techniques. Then we'll move to kind of like the asana practice that we're all used to with yoga. And then we're going to end with a short shavasana. And I invite you to, during your shavasana, just go ahead and let go. It's just going to be like 2 or 3 minutes, but give yourself that moment to rest and allow the practice to assimilate inside your body. With that being said, let's get started in a seated position. If you've got a block or a blanket or something, you might want your hips raised just a little bit above your knees. And hopefully if you've got a strap or a tie, or you can actually use your blanket or your towel. My first thing I want to do is us just floss out our shoulders. So just have your strap really wide, and we're just going to bring it up overhead on an inhale, and then allow it to go to the back, just as far as it can comfortably on your exhale. And then bring it back up and over, and then we'll do it again. Inhale, up and over, back as far as you can. Exhale, bring it back forward. And again, inhaling up and over. You can put a little bit of like that cat and cow movement into this. It'll feel really good. Exhale, bringing that strap back forward. Very nice. Now, move your hands in just a hair closer, and let's just see if we've opened our shoulders just a little bit here. Inhale up. Oh, a little bit of an arch in the back. Arms can go back as far as they're comfortable. Exhaling, bring them back up and over into the front. Go ahead and lay your strap to the side. Hands on your thighs. Sit up nice and straight, feeling the space between the vertebra and your spine. We're going to roll our neck out by allowing our chin to drop to our chest. And now, roll your left ear to your left shoulder, and then gaze up slightly. On an exhale, allow your neck to roll back down to the center position. Inhaling, rolling the right ear to the right shoulder. Gazing up. Exhaling back down to the center. Let's do this a few times on your own breath. If you find any sticky spots, you can just stay there for a moment. Nice. Bringing your neck back to a neutral position. Raise your head back up. And let's do a nice morning side stretch. So everybody plant your right hand on the floor right next to you. And then inhale, bring your left arm up, straight up to the sky. And reach for the sky, feeling all the way from that right hip or left hip to the left fingertips. And if you'd like, you can have that left arm come just a little bit over, your gaze right beyond the fingertips. Inhaling really big here. Exhaling. Just maintaining this for a few breaths. Not allowing the shoulder to collapse. Pressing the strong right hand into the floor. One more big inhale here. On the exhale, come back through center, and let's plant the left hand on the ground. Right arm rises up to the ceiling. Inhaling, stretching from the right hip to the right fingertips. Maybe stretching the right arm over the head a wee bit. A few breaths here. One more big inhale here. On the exhale, coming back up to our neutral position. Let's roll our shoulders out to the back. Big, giant shoulder rolls. Really trying to pull the shoulder blade off the back. Mine are crackling. Hopefully you get a little crackle out of there. And then let's reverse direction. Roll them forward. All right, stretch our arms out to the sides, reaching out to both sides. And now let's flip our palms all the way over as far as we can, and then in the other direction. And again, really feeling like a rotation throughout the entire shoulder joint here. Now everybody make cactus arms like this. And lower your right arm just a little bit. Left comes over right. Back of the hands together. Or if you want to twist them just a little bit further, the palms may come together. And then raise the elbows up just a little bit so that maybe they're about where your chin or your mouth is. Feeling a big stretch in the rhomboids. Big belly inhale here. And exhale out the mouth. Now let's straighten our elbows and bring our palms, the back of our hands together. Nice work. Okay, now flip them over so that your thumbs are pointing down and your palms are together, and you can interlace your fingers. Great. Now very gently, let's work out our wrists. Bring the hands through. On the exhale, we'll go back the other way. So what we did was we had our backs of our palms together, thumbs facing up. Now we're going to flip them over, thumbs facing down. There you go. Clasp the fingers. There you go. Now just floss them out a little bit. Beautiful. Just a little bit. Good way to get started. All right, stretching our arms back out to the side. Let's do our cactus again. And then this time, left arm goes down a little bit for the eagle. Stretching in the back. Lifting the elbows just a bit. One more big breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling out the mouth. Straighten the arms. Backs of the hands together, thumbs pointing up. And then flip them over again. And we'll floss out the opposite direction. Nice. Now inhaling, raise arms way up overhead, stretching, stretching. And on the exhale, bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the base of your spine. Inhaling, extend the spine. Exhaling, looking over the left shoulder. Repeating that. Inhaling, extending the spine. Exhaling, looking over the left shoulder for a gentle twist. One more big inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, arms back up overhead, reaching. Inhale really big. Exhaling, our left hand to right knee, right hand behind the base of the spine. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Continue that for 3 more rounds. Inhaling. Exhaling, looking over the right shoulder. One more breath here. And on that next inhale, arms come back up overhead. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands down to the heart center. Nice work. Okay, Baddha Konasana or trying to think, butterfly pose. So bottom of your feet together, and we can flap our wings. Your knees be in your wings. A nice little butterfly pose, just gently opening up the hips for a moment here. Okay, and then I want everybody come to a really comfortable seat because now we're going to practice our breath work. Everybody looks good. Just make sure you can sit in a nice, still kind of position for maybe the next 3 or 4 minutes. Let's place our hands gently on our thighs. And gently close your eyes and start to pay attention to your breath. Let's take an inhale and control it by pulling our belly out or lowering your diaphragm, filling the belly with air, feeling the ribs rise and fill with air, and then retain at the top. Now exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time, taking a big inhale, lowering the diaphragm, sticking the belly out. Fill the body with air, feel the chest rise. Retain that breath at the top, holding your breath. And release the breath, exhaling. Gently flutter your eyes open. We're going to practice a breathing technique. It's called alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhana. And what we're going to do is we will literally use our fingers to hold our nose while we're doing this breathing. But this is where the science comes in, because when we are in a calm state of mind, we are literally alternate nostril breathing just naturally. And the science shows us that if we are in a state, if we practice this, then throughout the day, whenever we come across obstacles that seem difficult, our body will revert back to this alternate nostril breathing to help us calm ourselves. Okay, so how we do this is we take everybody's gonna have to use their left hand right now. So hold your left hand up, and we're gonna do Gyan Mudra. So you just have your index finger and your thumb touching. And this is a mudra about knowledge. So you'll put it palm down on the left thigh. The right hand, we're going to do a different mudra. So hold your right hand up, and we're going to literally bend these 2 fingers down. First 2, these 2 right here, your peace fingers, you want them to be closed and the other ones to be open. Do a peace symbol, and then this way. Everything else is open, okay? There you go. This is called Vishnu Mudra. This is a balancing gesture. So what we'll do is we will inhale. We're going to close our nostril with our thumb. We'll inhale and exhale. We'll close both nostrils, open the thumb, using the finger to close the opposite nostril. Inhale, exhale, close both nostrils, and go to the other side. And this will help us to begin that alternate nostril breathing, okay? So everybody take a big Inhale. Close your nostril with your thumb. And exhale for 8 out the other nostril. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the finger, open the thumb, and exhale for 8. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the thumb, open the finger, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the finger, open the thumb, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the thumb, open the finger, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last pass. Inhale for 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the finger, open the thumb, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the thumb, open the finger, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the hand to come down to the thigh. Close the eyes and sit still for just a moment. Gently flutter your eyes open if they're closed, and let's come to a tabletop position on our mat. All right. So tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, fingers open wide, your knuckle of your index finger pressed into your floor really strongly. You can flex the feet and dig the toes in if you like, or you can have the feet pointed and press the top of your feet into the mat, whichever feels comfortable. On an inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the head, stretch the spine. Exhaling, belly comes to spine, press the hands into the floor, head drops, crown points to the floor. Inhaling back up for a cat, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhaling back into a cow. Inhaling, a few rounds on our own here. Coming to a neutral position, let's go side to side. So look over your shoulder at your hip in one direction, and then gently move to the other side. And just kind of go back and forth here, stretching our spine side to side. And then finding yourself again in that neutral tabletop position. And now firmly planting your left hand into the mat and the right foot into the mat. Let's put the right arm up, straight out by our ear, left arm out, left leg out behind you, flexed foot reaching in both directions for a balancing pose. not falling into the left shoulder. Press the hand strongly into the ground. If you'd like to bend the back leg, the flying leg, reach back with the flying arm into tiger pose. If you're in tiger, gently release. And hand and leg back down to the mat. Set yourself up for the other direction. Left arm comes up, bicep by the ear, leg reaching out behind you. If you took the tiger on the other side and you want to do a tiger on this side, reach back with the flying arm, grab the flying leg, gently release your tiger, hands, legs back down to the mat. Widen your knees as wide as the mat, toes come together, press your hips back to your heels, allow your belly to melt forward, your chest, your forehead for a nice child's pose. Gently working your way back into a tabletop position. We're going to do a little supported side plank. So pressing your right hand into the mat, right knee, you can use the right foot as a kickstand, put it a little bit out behind you. Left foot comes in a straight line behind the knee. And you can bring left arm up to the shoulder, to the hip. Left arm on the hip. If you feel steady here, left arm can come up straight up. Or if you want a really nice left side body stretch, left arm by the ear, gaze over the gaze to the fingers. Wherever you're at, one more big inhale. And on the exhale, bring yourself back to the tabletop position. Getting ready to do that same pose on the right side. Plant your left hand, left knee, left foot is a kickstand, right out behind you. Coming up into that side, supported side plank. You can reach the arm straight up or bring it overhead for a side stretch. One more big breath here, and then back to our tabletop position. Curl your toes, plant them in your mat, put your hands forward, and press yourself back into a down dog. Knees can be bent. You would like your back to be straight. Press your heart towards your feet. Allow your head to hang. You can begin to pedal your feet back and forth, stretching out the backs of your legs. And then just come to some stillness with your down dog. On the next inhale, look forward through your hands. And on the exhale, gently walk forward to your hands to a forward fold. You can bend your knees here if you need to, hanging your belly and your low ribs on your thighs. Allow your head to fall, just relaxed. Take your hands and grab the opposite elbows. Now switch the grip. Now let's place our hands on our hips, and on an inhale, come up using your chest to a stand. Hands by your sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, slight arch in the back. Exhale, folding forward, bending the knees. Inhale, coming halfway up with the flat back. Exhale, stepping to the back of the mat with the left foot. Lower the left knee. Look forward, heart forward. Exhale here. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. On the next inhale, press the hands, step back to the top of a plank. Exhale. Inhale, press the hands into the floor again. Exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale, plant the pelvis and the toes. Lift your shoulders up off the mat using your back muscles. Baby cobra. On the exhale, coming through your tabletop, plant the toes, come back into a down dog. On your next inhale, raise the left leg. Exhaling, bring it all the way forward between the hands. Lower the right knee. Heart comes forward. 3 big breaths here to open the hips. On the next inhale, put all your weight into your left foot on the forward and bring that back foot to meet it. Exhaling, fold forward, hands on the hips. And then inhale, rise from the chest to a stand. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands back down to the heart center. Excellent. Other side. Here we go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up with the flat back. Exhale. It's okay, puppy. Puppy alarm. Pause 1 moment. Come here, Papa. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come back. Lay down. Here we go. Come on in here. Be quiet. Good girls, good girls. Okay. Everybody step back to the top of your mat. We'll just start that over. Inhale, arms up overhead. Come on. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step to the back with the right foot. Right knee down. Coming forward. If you've got your blocks, you might want to use them here or bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, arms up overhead, hands touch. Bring your hands down to your heart center. And now let's twist to the side, looking over our forward knee. Place that front elbow on the knee and look up for a nice side twist. One more big breath here. Exhaling, let's put our hands back down to the mat. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, step back to the top of a plank. Pressing the hands into the ground. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale for your baby cobra. And then exhaling through tabletop into our down dog. Okay, now we gotta finish this side. So whichever leg you did, step back with, raise it up. Let's bring that leg forward. Knee down. Inhale the heart forward. And then work your way up with your blocks. Hands to your hips. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hands touch. Exhaling, bring your hands down to your heart center. Turn to look over that forward knee. And let's place that forward elbow on the knee for a nice side twist. One more big breath here. Exhaling our hands down to the mat. Lift the back knee and bring it forward to meet the front foot for a forward fold. Exhale. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the hips. And inhaling, rise with your chest. Arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart center. Nice. Now for a balancing pose. Let's come to the center of your mat. And we're going to work on a tree pose. So this one's lots of fun. Let's firmly plant your right leg into the ground. Lift all of your toes up and make sure all the pads behind the toes are pressed in. Then press the toes in. And then begin to be able to lift the left leg. And see where it might fall on your leg, on your right leg. Anywhere other than the knee is fine. Hands can stay at the hips. Hands can come to the heart center. If this is comfortable, you can test your balance by raising your arms up overhead. You can sway back and forth. Ooh, test your balance. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let's bring that foot back down to the ground. Now, balance on the left leg. First lifting all the toes, making sure the pads behind the toes are pressed in. Then pressing all of the toes into the mat strongly. Go ahead and lift the right leg. You can put the leg anywhere, just don't press into the knee. You can have it up in the higher portion of the thigh. Hands can come to the heart center. If you like that, arms can come up overhead. Whatever feels comfortable, practicing a little balance. If you fall out of the tree, that's great. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's bring that foot back down to the ground. Very nice. Okay. Now, come back to the top of your mat. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, step both feet back to the top of a plank. Inhale, press your hands into the ground really firmly here. Then on the exhale, lower the knees, the chest, the chin, the belly, everything all the way down to the mat. Make a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on it. Maybe wiggle your hips back and forth just a little bit. Getting ready for some heart openers. We're going to start with a Sphinx pose. We'll start with our baby cobra. That's what we've been doing in our sun salutations today. So our fingertips will come just below our chest. We press into the floor with the pelvis and the tops of the feet. The knees will probably lift off the floor. And then we use the erector muscles in our back, pull ourselves up. We should not need our hands. One more inhale. Exhale, come back down to the mat. That's our starter, back bend. Now for the Sphinx, elbows come to the mat, just underneath the shoulders, wide flat hands down on the mat, and then energetically pull your heart forward, pelvis, tops of the feet still on the floor. Unrolling back down to the mat. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead. Gently work your way back to that Sphinx pose. And this time take your right hand, leave your elbow under the shoulder, but cross the hand in front of you to prop yourself up. Bend the left leg behind you and reach back with the left hand, if you can. Grab the left foot to open up that front hip. The left hip. Gently release the foot. Trade hands. This time left elbow under left shoulder. Left hand comes across. Bend the right foot back. Reach back with the right hand. Stretching out the right hip. Gently release the right foot. Roll back down, make a pillow with your hands again. Forehead on the hands, maybe wiggle your hips back and forth. Rest for just a moment. Okay, bring your knees real close together. Point your toes real strong, and let's bend so that our feet are pointing up. And reach back with both hands. See if you can grab both feet. If you can, roll the shoulders onto the back. Press the feet into the hands. Coming up into gently release your bow. Stack your hands to make a pillow and rest your forehead once again. Place your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself back into a tabletop position. And let's just make our way to a seated position. We're going to do a forward fold and a twist, and it actually helps me to have my hips elevated. So I will use my blanket and fold it up a couple times to give me just a little bit of rise under my hips. So if it feels comfortable, please feel free to do the same. So sitting on your mat, legs straight out in front of you. Take your hands and just press them into the mat strongly, lifting yourself off the mat if you can, but primarily just sitting up really straight in a staff pose. On the next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhaling, reach out and grab your knees, ankles, shins, toes, whatever you can reach for a forward fold. It's okay to bend your knees in this. We're really wanting to fold at the hip. That's the joint we're trying to get a stretch in right here. So it's okay to bend your knees wickedly if you need to. Maybe work them out a little bit. As you inhale, you lengthen your spine. Exhale, you fold a little bit more forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward a little bit more. And once you've folded as far as you can, go ahead and allow your head to fall forward heavy and feel that stretch all the way down the back of the spine. Forward folds can help to reset our nervous system. So they're a great addition to your practice, especially in weird times. On the next inhale, come back up to a seated position. Legs still straight out in front of you. Let's take our left leg, bending at the knee, put the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Left hand comes around behind the base of the spine. Inhale, right hand rises. Exhale, right arm can hug that left knee, and we look over the left shoulder. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, twisting. A few breaths here. One more big inhale here. And on the exhale, just gently twist back around to the other side. And then back forward. And let's switch our legs up. So our left leg is straight out ahead of us. Left foot is flexed. Right leg bends. Right foot outside the left thigh. Right hand at the base of the spine. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, left arm hugs that left leg, right leg. And look over the right shoulder. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, twist over the shoulder. Couple more breaths. One more big inhale here. On the exhale, gently twist yourself to the opposite side, coming back forward. And now, I'll move a little bit towards the front of my mat. I'm gonna roll like a ball on my mat, and it feels really good. I'm gonna do this at least 5 times, and then I'm gonna come to lying on my back. You can just go straight to lying on your back if this does not feel comfortable, but I love it. So if you enjoy it too, please join me. And when you're ready, just find yourself lying on your back, hands down by the sides, palms forward, palms down, thumbs pointing towards each other. Roll the shoulders onto the back, preparing yourself for a shoulder stand. And basically what we're going to do is just lift our torso, and our weight is going to be up between our shoulders and our elbows. Lifting our feet up overhead, breathing here for 8. You should not have the weight on your neck or your head. It should really be between the shoulders and the elbows and the upper arm. If you like the shoulder stand, you want to try the plow or halasana. Move your legs forward, move your feet forward over your head, and see if they can touch the ground. And then you can clasp your hands. Wherever you find yourself out right now, take a few more cleansing breaths. And then gently come back to lying on your back. Put the soles of the feet on the floor, hands out by the sides, palms facing up. Now let's take the left ankle and flex the left foot. Take the left ankle, placing it on top of the right thigh, just above the knee. Reaching the hands through, grabbing through to the right thigh or the right shin for thread the needle or the number 4 stretch for the piriformis. Keeping both feet flexed to protect your knees. Gently pressing the left knee with the left elbow while also pulling the right knee to the right shoulder. Keeping the feet flexed. One more big inhale here. And on the exhale, let's switch to the other side. Remembering to flex those feet, protect the knees. This time we're gently pressing the right knee with the right elbow. Gently pulling the left knee to the left shoulder. While maintaining spine on the floor, shoulders on the floor. One more big inhale here. On the exhale, let's let our feet come back to the floor. Bottom of the feet on the floor. Fingers can just barely touch them. Press into your feet, lift your hips up and over to the left just a little bit. Bring your knees into your chest, arms straight out to the side, and allow the knees to fall to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder for a nice supine twist. On your next inhale, hug your knees back into your chest, and then place the feet back on the floor. Put our arms back out to the sides. Let's lift our hips up and move them a little bit to the right this time. Bringing our knees into our chest and allowing our knees this time to go to the left. And then gaze over the right shoulder. On the next inhale, hug the knees into the chest again. Place the feet back on the floor and make sure your spine is in a nice straight line. And then bring the knees into the chest. Reach your arms through your knees, grabbing your big toes with your peace fingers. And then begin to try to stretch the skin on the back of your legs and bring the knees to the armpits in a happy baby pose. Feels good. Also, maybe you want to roll back and forth, maybe straighten one leg and straighten the other. Nice spinal massage here. And if there's any final position that we didn't do today that you want to add in, now's a good time to do that. Any last minute asana to kind of work out. And then find yourself coming to a rest, lying on your back, shoulders flat on the floor, legs stretched out long before you. Allow your toes to fall to the side, arms by your side, palms up. Exhale deeply, feeling the ground rise up to hold you. Shavasana. Gently awakening back into your body. Stretch your arms up overhead, stretching to the right side, stretch to the left side. Roll to a fetal position on the right side, pausing there for just a moment. Then pressing your left hand into the ground, press yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you all for joining practice this morning, you beautiful yogis. I hope to see you all next week on Wednesday. I'm gonna unmute it real quick. Let me do this.